Hey there, good morning to you. A little something different for today. A lot of people have been commenting how much they enjoy Tracker's antics on my woods walks. So I thought I'd do maybe a top 10 list of typical Tracker behavior on my woods walks today, give you something a little different for fun. So this is our typical, what we do in the mornings. Hop in the truck, usually before daylight. We're running late today. It's 7 o'clock now. We're running a little bit late. It's Friday. I slept in. And we'll take a trip out to the farm. Heading that way now. I got one of those big pads in the back, not pads, but covers for the back, pet covers. The back seat, because we don't have kids anymore, it's pretty much, it belongs to Tracker now. So he hangs out back there. Usually what he'll do is he rides like this so he can be as close as he can to me. It's kind of funny. And then eventually, come over here, buddy. Hey, buddy, come here. Talk to me. What's up? Talk to me. Come here. Put his head on my shoulder, probably. Yeah. He likes to ride like this, too, where he can watch what's going on. You good boy. You good boy. So that'd be Tracker antics number 1. We'll be back. Item number 2, it's Friday. Fridays are special. Where'd you go? Because on Fridays, we stop at Fox's General Store and we don't feed Tracker a whole lot of human food. And we probably shouldn't feed him at all, but on Fridays he gets a little bacon from a bacon and egg biscuit. Here you go, boy. That's my good boy. That's number 2. All right, antic number 3 is when we get to the farm, which is where we are now, the woods of Kentucky. I put the window down in the back for him. He'll ride into the farm like this. Oh man, I'm trying to film this. He's only jumped out once. He did jump out once after a I can't even remember what it was now, but I worked with him on that, so he doesn't even come close to jumping out now. That's number 3. All right, so number 4 is when we get out of this truck, somewhere within 5 feet of the truck, he's gonna take a crap. I have done everything I can to get him away from the vehicle to poop, but he will come back and poop right next to the truck. I'm not a dog expert, so I don't know, but I know that every time we went hiking, Cedar would do something very similar. I don't know if it's where they're marking so it's easier for them to find because they think we're going to get lost or something. You would think he would get used to it since we do this every day, but watch. All right, buddy. There's the pee. I get that. He might not do it with me watching him. Checking out the cabin. Usually there's a raccoon that's been here. He's going to do his initial assessment. What he thinks going on here. He'll probably make a liar of me today just because. Oh. Look at him. Gonna make a liar of me today. He's usually done it by now. It might be because he's so excited riding out here. I really don't know. Marking his territory, I don't know. He just started about 2 weeks lifting his leg to pee, so I'll give you that one. He thinks it's a cool thing. It's funny because when he does it, hey, check this out, number 5. I've never had a dog that loves looking at birds. That worked out really well. Those 2 Canadian geese came over, and he'll watch them. And he does that with birds throughout the hike, where he'll see birds and he'll just watch them fly. I've never had a dog that really enjoyed watching the birds as much as this one. Next one I think is number 6. You see that tractor tire over there? One day a week I work out with a tractor tire. Well, I'll just make it happen today. I've already done it this week, but I'll do it again today so you can see what he does. I can't flip it when he's with me. He stays so close to me that he gets under feet, and I'm seriously concerned that I'll flip it on top of him, so I don't flip it. But what I do is I have some straps attached to it, and I pick it up and I walk around with it. I think he's convinced the thing is eating me because he goes insane. Let me see if I can get this set up. Oh man. The fierce, loyal warrior. Time to start the hike. Typical tracker behavior. Pee one more time before we go. And then run. He'll typically do that. He'll typically go back and forth across the road. But I may be able to get this on camera, but as soon as he gets out of sight from me, he stops. That's what I was trying to mention earlier about herding dogs, is he's a herder, so he doesn't like to get too far away from me. He likes us to stay together. And if Jennifer or the kids were with me, he would want us all together. Like sometimes when Jennifer and I will come out here, there he goes. Boom. I might be doing something like setting up, building a fire for lunch, or setting up something for a video. She'll go off and take pictures of mushrooms or look for mushrooms because she's a mushroom freak. She's always looking for mushrooms. And it drives him crazy trying to keep us together. That's about as far. I don't know if you can see him down there. If I stop, he'll come back. Watch. He don't like us being apart, especially when I stop. I know I'm coming, buddy. Now, next thing I want to show you, what are we up, 6 or 7, maybe 7, I don't know. I'll turn this camera around. There's a spot right here where coyotes cross all the time. He'll stop and investigate it. Cedar did too. It's pretty interesting. And there he is, marking his territory. Even if he takes a poo back of the truck, he will always, every single time, poo right on this crossing area where these coyotes cross all the time. There's a spot right here, that's where he is right now, right there where he's at. He'll check that out every morning. And this spot right here, this little landing zone, not landing zone, but this little flat area right here, there's almost always coyote urine here. And he, I guess, is, and again, I don't know dog behavior real well, canine behavior, but I'm assuming he's trying to assert himself. Next part's pretty funny. When we come to a fork, he always has a place that he wants to go. And he will always go down that particular fork. Looks like he's gonna make a liar out of me today. Oh, there he goes. Stand by. So we're coming to this fork. He'll typically go down one or the other and try to encourage me to go that way. He's not gonna do it today. What you doing, buddy? What you got? Are you thirsty? Okay, let's go to the creek. We'll go this way to the creek. What he'll usually do is he'll go down that fork, but then about 20 meters in, he'll stop and wait for me to see which one I take. Now, just to aggravate the snot out of him and let him know I'm boss, I always take the one that he does not choose. Couple reasons. It makes him run a lot, because when I take the other route, he'll start to run back to me. So it gets him a lot of exercise, which is the primary reason we're out here. Secondly, lets him know that I control where we're going, not him. All right, buddy, get a drink. Get a drink, pup. That's what I just did right there. Make him turn and run the other way. Watch him. Make him run again. He'll come flying by me. Zoom, million miles an hour. There he is. Ooh. All right, so what I've been working on with him, let me show you another stuff that I'm working. Try to get this on camera. Tracker, come. This is where he's pulling me. He's trying to pull me. Nope, we don't play that game. He's trying to tell me where to go. All right, let's work on it from here. I think this is number 8. Tracker, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Tracker, stay. As you can see, he really likes to follow me, but he's doing really well with his commands. I haven't worked much with him, me getting out of sight yet. Just a little bit at the house. All right, Tracker, come. Tracker, come. Yep, here he comes. Good boy, good boy. Here you go. Here you go. Come here. Come here. Treat. Positive reinforcement. When he does something good, he gets a treat. Tracker, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. I think that's 8 or so. I don't know. Losing count. Creek time. Loves to hop down in this creek and play. Typically. He's on something now. He's earning his name. I'll tell you how I use this. So, you got in tracking, didn't intend on this to be a educational thing, but just a fun one. So let's use it. Intense, man. He's intense right here. You have visual tracking, you have canine tracking. Both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. Let's just talk about a couple. I don't have quite the nose that Tracker does, right? So I pay strict attention to him when he stops and does this and he's waving his face, or he's up doing this, because he's getting something in the wind. So I'll pay really strict attention when he does that. That could be somebody, that could be something. And when he stops and gets really into something on the ground, if I'm tracking, today I'm not spending much time tracking, I'm out just playing. I'll investigate what it is that he smells, and I'll find a track every time. Or at least, not necessarily a track, but at least a piece of sign every time. So he and I make a pretty good team in that way. Think about it this way though. If he smelled human tracks down through an area right here, he couldn't tell if there were multiple people. He couldn't do that very well at all. I can see that in the ground sign. So if he smelled human sign also, and they were doing things like counter tracking or doing something like trying to bring harm to me or somebody, he would smell the sign, but he wouldn't be able to read the ground sign to determine that that's happening. That's where a visual tracker comes into play for being able to read that ground sign and show teams of, operators out in Afghanistan or Iraq, or law enforcement officers that are investigating a crime, or fish and game officers. We've done this with several fish and game teams, teaching them how to read sign and read how to determine multiple people are going into and out of an area. This is how he helps me find deer trails too. This one, you might even be able to see this on camera. This is pretty easy to see the deer trail. But what he does, and I didn't get it on camera just now, but he did it, is he'll come up through here, and he's just a pup, you all. I can't imagine what he's gonna be like with me and him doing this every day for years. He'll come up through here, and when he hits a deer trail, and I'm assuming it's a deer trail that's got fresh scent on it, because that's what I've seen, although I can't see fresh scent right here, he'll stop and hold one of his paws up, like he's stopping and checking it out, right? And then he'll go back and forth on the track line, maybe 10 meters. One thing I don't like about him doing that is he's not off the track line. He's actually right on top of it. But if I were out deer scouting or helping somebody find a deer, he might be a useful tool for me. But me and a real good friend of mine, fish and game officer, talk about this all the time. I would rather deer hunters become better trackers and not rely on somebody else to come find their deer. Number one, be a better shot. Number two, know how to track yourself. And number three, quit relying on these dogs. Golly, it's terrible. Good example. There he is. He just got out of sight of me. He can't stand it. All right, but let's go. Let's go. Let's see if we can get him to watch this, since you all can see him pretty well there. The other thing I'm teaching him to do is to do the commands without me saying them. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Tracker. Try to get this on camera so you can see it. Working on commands without using my voice. Try to get him in the background. What we're using is, this means sit, this means stay. He's getting there. He's getting there. So again, that's the command for stay. Without me saying it. Tracker, come. We're getting there, you all. Come here, buddy. That's a good boy. This spot right here is a spot where I like to sit and just, some would call it meditate, I guess, but I like to just sit and relax and let him do his thing. He's used to it. He knows when I sit down that it's time for him to kind of play on his own. Come on, buddy, we're not going up there. Come on. He'll run around and play in all this firewood. Hey, say hello to the people. Prayer, meditation time. It's important, you all. It's good for all of us. Good for your mental health. Good for your soul. Time out with the dog. It's good. So that's a little insight into mine and Tracker's morning daily routine. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all. Some of y'all really written. Y'all knew I had a hard time when Cedar died, so had been an encouragement with this dog. He's been a good one so far. So yeah, like I said on Facebook the other day, I think we'll keep him. Tracker's a good one. So I always try to provide some educational content every time I put something out, not just silliness. But I hope you got something out of him and the coyote tracks, as well as the difference between visual tracking and canine tracking. They're different. Personally, I think putting a well-trained canine with a well-trained visual man tracker is an unstoppable combination. Each of them can be exploited in different ways. So I think the combination, the hard part is getting a good visual tracker and a good canine. So that's the hard part. Have zero intentions of Tracker doing anything like that. I'm just pointing that out because some people ask questions about canine tracking and stuff. I have zero intentions of utilizing Tracker for that purpose. He is nothing but a companion. Come here, buddy. Come on, give me some love. Give me some love. What's up, buddy? What's up? I hope you enjoyed it. A little digress from my normal activity out here. But hey, I can't thank you enough for everybody that watches our videos, supports what we do. Jump on the newsletter if you're interested. I think there's going to be something after this that tells you about that. So jump on, and we'll get you in on the weekly newsletter so you can get all the cool stuff. Later. And nothing like a little classic, just a dog being a dog. Enjoy.